All right, running a little bit late being a lifelong St. Louis Blues fan, and since they're out of it, I got to thinking, hey, I live closer to Tampa Bay than any other NHL city, I think. So anyway, was watching the Tampa Bay Lightning, Detroit Red Wings Game 7. So I got a late start, but go Lightning, right? All right. Dunkin' Donuts, Dunkin' Brands, whatever it's called, DNKN. Huge move here, gapped up again, and now you're 3 days lower. Today it did close above its open. This huge volume day on the red day here gives me a little pause, but this is still interesting for a potential long. If you go to 15-minute candles, it's just flagging now and kind of has a little intraday cup and handle today. So I like this as a potential long, especially if it can break today's high, Thursday's high. So I want to watch that one. VLTC, no trades in it again today. I just keep watching it go lower, and yes, you could say, well, why in the heck didn't you just short it, moron? And I really couldn't argue with you. Although I don't know how many brokers have this available to short. I haven't even tried. I just have it on watch, waiting for bounce day, and it doesn't cost me anything to have it on a chart. It did hit the 20-day today, but still didn't meet my parameters. If you watched my video last night, I talked about I'd like to see a narrow range, right, and then an afternoon high of day break. Definitely didn't do that. This is the opening 5-minute candle right here, and it's just tailed off, whatever you want to call it, all day. So it just goes back on bounce watch, and that is VLTC ANY. This one gives me a little. I'm a little hesitant here because I liked it a couple days ago. You had the big spike and then a couple lower volume days, but now it's round tripped. So whatever the reason for this spike, obviously it couldn't have been that great because it's all the way back down where it started. So if this does bounce, I don't have a lot of excitement about it because, it'd be different if it retraced about half of this move over 3 or 4 days. Then I would be much more excited about another up move. But I'll still have it on watch for a potential bounce play. All right, SYMX. I still like this one. It's a weird looking chart, but you gapped up. I don't think this gap is going to fill. I could be wrong. 1.5 million shares today, never broke its early high. That's what we look for. There's the opening high, and it never broke it, and it stayed in a pretty narrow range today. So that's an interesting long setup for tomorrow. That's SYMX. Burlington Coat Factory, BURL. Just another red day, a little bit of bottoming tail, and this is the intraday. So you did kind of give back some of the losses from this morning. And you could, kind of flagging. So maybe this one bounces on Thursday. Again, this isn't a great setup, but it's still kind of interesting. $50 was resistance back here, the $50 area, back here, little bottoming tail through it here, and it came pretty close to it today after, 4 or 5 red days in a row coming close to it. So again, it goes on bounce watch, but it's one of my least favorite. Because you can see each day, it rarely puts in a decent range on an intraday basis for a day trader. So Twitter, TWTR, decimated after earnings. Today gaps down and sells off most of the morning. Well, actually, let's look at it. It was just in a narrow range, but that's just compared to that huge sell-off from 51 down to, below 40. So that kind of compacts all of this and makes it look like a narrow range, but it still dropped another couple bucks today. It did some nice bounces off 36. So if we flush in the morning, I'll be looking for a reversal. In other words, if it opens and sells off hard, I'll be looking for a reversal and a possible long setup on Twitter. Let's see, NYMX. Nothing too compelling here, but I like this spike back here. I like the lower high here, and I like the way it's just kind of flagging. Today 525,000 shares. I just want to keep this kind of on a chart somewhere because if you get over this flag break here, let's see, trend lines. All right, you get over this little flag break, you've got some catalysts above. So I don't want to completely lose sight of this one. Haven't had a trade in it in several days. Haven't even really been watching it. I kind of just was looking at charts tonight and thought, hey, I need to check on that NYMX because, a week ago it was one of my favorite charts out there. So it's found its way back on the watch list here. CANF, big day here, gave back most of it, and then today showed some strength. Kind of a weird one, but it had a really nice spike here. I didn't catch a trade in it, but even here from 280 to 315-ish, that's a nice little percentage gain. And then with FOMC, who knew what to expect this afternoon? I didn't make one trade after, I think, the first hour. But I made double my daily goal in the first hour. And I told everybody going into today, I'm going to try to make my money in the first hour and not do anything the rest of the day, because you get the where the market does nothing for a few hours into FOMC, and then you get chaos post-FOMC, and it's just too unpredictable. So there'll be better opportunities on Thursday morning with gappers and this watch list and so on than there were this afternoon, than Wednesday afternoon. All right, that's CANF. RES, very nice volume today. Big old engulfing candle. It engulfed about, a couple weeks worth of trading today. So I don't want to become a chaser, but it did consolidate over the last, 3 or 4 hours in a range from the 1620 to 1660. So that might be enough of a consolidation to be looking for a continuation move on Thursday. GBSN, this has been really good to us in chat. We've got some really big moves in it. Now you're 4 days in a row that it's held the 8-day. And it gave a nice spike today. I didn't get any trade in it, but it gave a nice spike here. And on 15-minute candles or 30-minute candles, you can see it's coming off some nice support now right here. 2 or 3 days in a row, and then you got the spike and kind of a new flag. So up over 450 tomorrow with some volume. This one might make another upside move. Very low float, so it moves well at times. So I want to have that one on watch. And then FTK. One of our members in chat today called this one, geez, I don't like somewhere down here at 1345, 1350, I don't know, something like that. What a great call. I didn't catch it, but that's a great call. And I've been watching this one, remember, below 14 a couple days ago. I said this one might be up from here because you got some buyers stepping in. And then it went off my radar because it started to look ugly. And then today, boom, nice volume and right back up above 14. So this just goes on long watch. You got to like it over 1420-ish. Up over that area, you kind of have a little bottoming formation here. Might get a nice pop. So that's my list. We'll also focus on gappers that we find in the morning. FOMC's behind us, so we can get back to business tomorrow and hopefully trade the full day. All right, have a great night. Sorry for the late video, and we'll see you tomorrow.